Hello and a warm welcome to our Solent Apprenticeship Awards for 2021 National Apprenticeship Week. While this has been a challenging time for all of us and we can't have the big celebration we would all want, we felt it was still important to recognise the many successes of our apprentices past and present, and the course teams and the employers who support them. Solent is all about creating opportunities, and we are especially proud of our record of real-world and employer-focused learning and of developing innovative, professionally accredited learning programmes to progress learners in work. At Solent University, we embrace the apprenticeship agenda early on and across a number of sectors, and we know that apprenticeships are a great way for staff to diversify their experiences, challenge themselves, apply their learning directly to their role, and have their achievements underpinned by formal qualifications. This year has seen many achievements as we continue to progress higher and degree apprenticeships at Solent University Southampton. Some of our key achievements this year have been at the 2020 BAME National Apprenticeship Awards. We were proud to have 2 apprentices shortlisted from our health apprenticeships, and one of the nominees was highly commended. We launched 8 new apprenticeships this academic year in our clusters of business, health, construction, digital and engineering, and we are excited to launch new apprenticeships next academic year in artificial intelligence and health place specialism. Our first apprenticeship cohorts of nursing associates joined the NMC register, following those who had been trained through Solent as a pilot site. We have continued to work with many professional bodies who recognise our programmes, such as BCS, NMC and CMI. We are proud of working with our long-standing partner employers and in developing new apprenticeship relationships. We are therefore delighted to announce the nominees and winners of 8 categories in our 2021 Apprenticeship Awards, and you will get to meet them virtually along the way. Our categories are Business Apprentice of the Year, Health Apprentice of the Year, Digital Technology and Engineering Apprentice of the Year, Construction Apprentice of the Year, Solent Alumni Apprentice, Apprenticeship Course Team of the Year, Apprenticeship Employer of the Year, and Solent Outstanding Apprentice 2021.
The category for the Solent Business Apprentice of the Year, nominated by academics. It's presented by myself, Gillian Sayeva, Associate Professor and Head of Business Finance and Accounting. The first nomination goes to Lorne Robertson. Lorne originally trained as a chef in his home country of Canada. As is typical in hospitality, he then started managing premises and coming across to England, and he worked for big names like Whitbread and Green King. A natural mine host, Lorne wasn't content with running other people's businesses, and with his wife he took on a pub in Hampshire, and then another pub in a Hampshire town, and got to the point where he knew he was capable of more and wanted to understand the background and theoretical underpinning to what he was learning to do the hard way in running his own business. In 2018, he started as an apprentice on the Chartered Manager degree apprenticeship, a journey where he realised he had to learn how to learn. And in the midst of the apprenticeship, he had to battle with a restructure of his business, and then COVID hit. But finishing with a hard-earned 2-1 and flying colours in his CMDA endpoint assessment in summer of 2020. COVID is having the most catastrophic impact on the hospitality business, and Lorne's pub did not close. It had turned into a hub of the local community as he and his team went online overnight and have adapted, delivered takeaways, socially distanced the garden and generally support it. But not content with his learning achievements, Lorne has developed a thirst for strategic thinking and applied and succeeded for the Senior Leaders Master degree apprenticeship. He's played a brilliant role mentoring and helping fellow apprentices navigate the Solent online learning systems, and he continues delivering, except his assignments are of course challenging for now. Second nomination goes to Sarah Boynton. Sarah started on the senior leaders in September 2018 and was close to finishing when COVID made the situation untenable for her, as she is frontline NHS at the General Hospital here in Southampton. Throughout the programme, she has studied so hard. Her levels of analysis and evaluation and practical application are really outstanding. When, however, her remit changed to developing pandemic coping strategies, like developing the training programmes for upskilling healthcare assistants to be able to work on the COVID wards, something had to give. Sarah took a break in her learning, but returned and managed to complete another piece of work and has now gained her full MBA. And she's determined to carry on with the endpoint assessment, desperate to be in the thick of the action at the General Hospital. The third nomination goes to Annabelle Nash. So Annabelle commenced her journey with us in January 2020 on the Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship. At the time she was 19, a couple of months short of her 20th birthday, and had no experience of university. The first few months proved difficult for Annabelle as she adapted to the requirements of a university course. This was compounded by a serious illness to her nan, with whom Annabelle is very close, and with her boyfriend also being overseas with the Royal Marines. Her first assessment was graded as a D1, the lowest of her cohort. However, since then, she's developed into a really strong learner who contributes to the discussion in the sessions and asks excellent questions. Her assessments have improved with B2 and B1 and recently an A2, demonstrating the progression that we as tutors really want to see. Her A2 was for a presentation which was exceptional in its content, professional delivery and her ability to reflect on her performance in the workplace. This grade was the highest in the cohort. In the regular reviews with her team leader, he also notes that her development and that she has blossomed over the past 14 months whilst on this programme. Annabelle's contributions to the sessions are excellent and she encourages her fellow learners. She suggested the cohort have regular online meetings to discuss issues with the programme, and the feedback from those sessions has helped the whole team improve over the support of the cohort. As a team, she's strongly supported with Annabelle as the Business Apprentice of the Year. Fourth nomination goes to Reese Jessup. Reese started with Sunseeker in 2018, sponsored by Sunseeker in 2018 on the Operations and Departmental Manager Apprenticeship programme. At this time he may have been new at Solent, but he had already completed an engineering apprenticeship with us when he first joined his employer, Sunseeker. He was keen to develop his management skills, and he worked hard on the programme. He overcame setbacks and persuading his employer to give him more responsibility. He wanted to achieve more. After a difficult summer with work restructures and furlough, Reese completed and passed his endpoint assessment in November, just in time to enrol in the Chartered Manager. So it's testament to his determination and hard work that he is in a position to continue and is bound to do well. Ashley Grace. When Ashley came to the CMDA, he needed a direction and reassurance in this new experience for him, academia. He took on board assignment feedback carefully and thoughtfully and worked hard at applying what he was learning. It has opened up a wealth of new possibility, and Ashley has grown in the process, developing a critical mind and developing confidence. If that wasn't enough, he works in social care and he's tackled a myriad of challenges over the last year, and yet has kept up with the programme. Let's face it, apprentices are at work. They fight hard to take in their allocated 20% of the job learning and put enormous levels of effort and personal grit into everything they do. And Ashley is a prime example. Daniel Lacey. So Dan joined us knowing that in the past he had had the opportunity to learn about leadership and management, but had never put anything really into practice, letting it all go over his head. When he came on the programme, he was determined that this time he would learn, and he would make sure that he applied what he was learning so he had the chance to get it embedded in his way of working. That's what he is doing, and he has coped with changes that were made overnight and turned them into his advantage. And whilst managing a team online, which we know is not easy, he's making great inroads into it. This whilst work pressures have mounted due to COVID. He runs the housing team at New Forest District Council. And he's not done yet, but he has developed into someone who questions, is curious, challenges, and most importantly, contributes. He's reaping the results both in the workplace and on his programme. I'm very pleased to announce that the winner is Lorne Robertson for his continuing development and for both adapting to COVID and creating a hub for his community. Well done, Lorne.
I am obviously quite taken aback. I think it's a fantastic thing to be recognized for, especially given the caliber of people that I've met, not only this year but over the last couple of years whilst I've been at Solent University. Although I've received a lot of awards professionally, I think this is probably going to be one of the ones that means the most, as it's a recognition of a pretty personal achievement for me. Partly because I'm the first person in my family to go to university, which the apprenticeship mechanism allowed for. It meant that I could still, continue to work in my capacity as a company founder and director, whilst getting that academic credential. I have a much deeper understanding of business in general. Certainly from a strategic point, it's helped my business immensely. Certainly I work to a higher level. I'm much more measured in my thinking. I'm much more rigorous, which certainly gives me an added sense of credibility in my own role, and certainly is something that I hope will provide the same benefit as I progress in the future. And I think the great thing about this apprenticeship is you have a very practical context. So you can certainly see the similarities between what you're doing in your own business compared to what the academic theories would suggest, and certainly the option to talk amongst peers that are going through the same things and on that same journey. It really broadens your mindset in terms of how you think and how you view things.
I am Sarah Radiv, Head of Architecture, Design and Built Environment at Solent University. I am very pleased to be announcing the nominations for Solent Construction Apprentice of the Year. Nicholas Johnson, Dyer and Butler. Nicholas is employed by a contractor and works in the Specialised Rail Division. Nicholas has enrolled on the Construction Site Engineering Technician Apprenticeship to broaden his career opportunities. Despite some early trepidation, having been out of education for a number of years, he has responded exceptionally well to the challenges posed by some of the more difficult civil engineering disciplines. Rachel May, Hampshire County Council. Rachel is employed by a local authority and has embarked on the Construction Site Engineering Technician Apprenticeship in order to progress her career. Rachel struggled initially with the challenges posed by the course, work, and family, but through determination and hard work, she has gained a firm grasp of the subject. She is always enthusiastic and keen to contribute in lectures and tutorials, and her work is always well presented. Graham Jackson, West Sussex County Council. Graham works for a local authority highways department and is enrolled on the Construction Site Engineering Technician Apprenticeship. He is exceptionally enthusiastic and motivated and is intent on becoming a chartered engineer. He makes a considerable contribution to all activities and often raises some challenging questions during lectures. Graham is always keen to delve deeper into the subjects taught to enhance his understanding of civil engineering. His contributions in lectures and tutorials are always well received by his peers. I am very pleased to announce the winner of the 2021 Solent Construction Apprentice of the Year is Rachel May for her determination and hard work to succeed.
I'm really excited to have been nominated by one of my tutors. The main reason for this is because I don't consider myself the most academic person and more hands-on, so I was worried about coming back into education after a number of years out of the classroom. Not only this, I had to take a extended study break in my first year due to personal circumstances, so this made me more anxious about coming back. But I've put in hard work and I feel that this has paid off with my grades and also this nomination.
Hello, I am Jan Parker, Head of Health and Social Care at Solent University. I'm very pleased to be reading out the 2021 Solent Awards nominations under the category of Solent Health Apprentice of the Year. Natalie Phillips, Solent NHS Trust. Natalie has been nominated due to her resilience in the face of personal challenge. She took the courageous step of coming on the course in the first place, then being assessed via Access Solent at the start of the course, as she was anxious about academic study, having always struggled at school. She was diagnosed with dyslexia as a mature student. Her personal journey of development has been amazing to observe, especially how she has grown into confidence to contribute and offer peer support. She dealt with a personal family health emergency this year, which she is confident only ended successfully due to what she has learned on the programme. Harriet Boller, Julia's House Hospice. Her calm professionalism and engagement is exceptional. She works in an extremely challenging practice environment, which has had to adapt significantly due to COVID-19, and she has shown transferability of skills and adaptability in the workplace, alongside consistently achieving a high academic standard. An excellent all-round student who has applied learning to practice and reflected on practice support her theoretical learning. Jessica Dewanne, Portsdown GP Practice. Working in primary care, Jess is in a minority group within the student cohort, as most are based within large NHS trusts. And she has been a shining example of how the trainee nurse and associate role is well suited to the GP practice environment. A key focus for Health Education England is to support the TNA role in primary care. She is a student course rep and has taken this role seriously, supporting other students and course reps and liaising with the academic team. She has ambition to move on to the top-up programme to train as a fully registered adult nurse and will be a great ambassador and inspiration to others for this progression route for TNAs. Cassie Jade Livingstone, Solent RNDA. Cassie has progressed into the third year of the course with enthusiasm, passion and determination. Cassie is an excellent student as well as achieving good grades in her academic work. She gets very good feedback from her assessor teams on placement, including feedback from peers and patients. Cassie is an incredibly supportive peer, an active member of the group in a virtual classroom setting and participates well. She is not afraid to ask questions or discuss her own personal and professional experiences to highlight key teaching points. Cassie has been a course rep since the role was introduced into the team and advocates for her fellow students. She actively encourages discussion and debate among her peers and the lecturing team, which highlights her curiosity and enjoyment in learning.
Cassie always seeks out further learning opportunities to develop her personal and professional skills. Tara Vogel, Dorset, RNDA. Tara is a Level 5 Dorset student. She received an amazing 90% in her last year, constantly staying in the first category throughout the year. She has also received a 95% grade in her first module this year. Tara regularly supports other students who struggle with adapting to the course and has prevented one student from leaving the programme due to her support. She has had 2 placements in the pandemic, working on wards that are short-staffed and dealing with COVID patients, not to mention working in her home base between placements. The staff report she has a fantastic attitude. She is always keen to help any member of staff or patient, and that Tara takes the time listening to the patients and what they need. She will go to the extra mile to make sure they are comfortable and have everything they need. On top of this, Tara has had to deal with her mother being very unwell in East Anglia during the pandemic. But despite this, she continues to excel academically and support other students while being an ambassador for the course. Stacey Gilbert, Dorset, RNDA. Stacey has continued to work hard throughout the pandemic without complaint. She tries to find positive effects to difficult situations and make her own learning opportunities. She is also the class rep, so has stepped up to represent her peers at trust and university level, which is not always an easy job.
Hello, my name is Natalie Phillips and I'm in my final year of my trainee nursing associate degree, due to qualify in March. Firstly, I would just like to say a massive thank you to all the staff at my workplace and at university for all of the support that I've been given. Secondly, I'd like to say a massive thank you for being nominated. I'm overwhelmed and speechless. It wasn't something I expected, but it's nice to know that my progression has been noticed. The role itself through the apprenticeship has massively developed my personal development role. It's built on my knowledge, my experience. It's made me feel much more confident and believe in myself that I know what I'm doing. There's lots of parts of the course which have given me opportunities to be able to influence my job role currently, which I feel has had a massive impact to it. Finally, I would just like to say a massive thank you.
Hello, my name is Martin Reed and I'm an apprenticeship manager and course leader in the computing subject group. It gives me great pleasure to be able to announce the nominees from our Digital Technology Solutions degree apprenticeship. Abigail Cleverly is on our networking pathway. She has achieved high results and has shown a particular strength in her networking modules. Abigail works for an SME and is using her newfound skills and knowledge in the workplace. George Wallace is a final year network engineer pathway apprentice. He has gained a broad range of knowledge and technical skills within his course, including Cisco network modules. He has shown strength and enthusiasm throughout his time here, going well beyond what is required to gain a further understanding. And finally, Samuel Bush has achieved high academic results over the course of his studies while working for the engineering company Curtiss-Wright.
My name is George Willis and I am employed by Sunseeker International, who are a luxury motor yacht manufacturer. I'm currently in my third year on the apprenticeship programme studying network engineering. When I first saw that I'd been nominated by the academic team, I was quite surprised but also quite pleased and proud that that the hard work I'd been putting into my studies was being rewarded. So I initially chose this apprenticeship programme and the network engineering course after initial meetings with both my manager and also with the course lead, and it was clear to me that this would definitely help my personal development, and also I could see the benefits that it could bring to Sunseeker, and of which over the last 3 years I've enjoyed both the theory but also the practical side of the course, and you can then use the theory that you have learned and then implement it into the real world. So my personal development so far I've definitely noticed. So my day-to-day job at Sunseeker, I can now see why we do certain things, and I've also now got a much better understanding of the various network protocols, so which is very, very useful. And I've also started to look more into the network design on our yachts. So without this course, I would never be able to even start looking at that. So in that aspect, it's been very beneficial. Then lastly, I'd like to say thank you to Sunseeker, because I understand I'm in a very privileged position, which I'm very grateful for the ongoing support I've been given during the course, but also to the lecturers I've had over the year have all been very, very supportive. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Robert Wayman and I'm the Senior Advancement and Civic Engagement Manager at Solent University. Part of my role is to engage with and look after our 75,000 alumni around the globe. This is made up of former students from Solent University, including our apprentices. I'm delighted to be here virtually to read out the nominations and award the Solent Alumni Apprentice of the Year, which has been nominated by our academics. There's been 5 shortlisted nominations. These are Alicia Rogers, Level 5 HR Consultant Partner for Hampshire County Council, Ian Collins, Level 7 Senior Leader Master Degree Apprenticeship from Southampton City Council and Portsmouth City Council, Amanda Skerr, Level 5 Trainee Nursing Associate from University Hospital Southampton NHS Foundation Trust, Alyssa Langdown, Level 5 Trainee Nursing Associate, the Adam Practice, Molly Borden, Level 5 Trainee Nursing Associate, Hampshire Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, Colin Singleton, Level 5 Healthcare Assistant Practitioner, Portsmouth Hospitals University NHS Trust. Alyssa Rogers. Alyssa was a student at Solent on the Business Management Programme and chose to do the HR options in her 2nd and 3rd years at university. This confirmed her aspiration to work in the HR function. During her 3rd year, she managed to secure a part-time job with a HR consultancy, which continued after she graduated. Knowing that her chosen career trajectory would demand specialist qualification, she persuaded her employer to allow her to take up the HR Consultant Partners Apprenticeship with Solent University. Focused on developing her experience, she changed jobs to the public sector to get more experience of transactional HR to complement the strategic awareness that she had developed so far, and then did so again to give herself a foundation in employee relations. She has been an exemplary apprentice alongside learning the ropes in new environments and completed her apprenticeship before Christmas despite the demands on her during the transition to home working during the first lockdown and subsequent events. Supporting Hampshire County Council schools employees and an apprentice fellowship too. She's now taking a well-earned break in her development to consolidate her experiences before she enrolls on the HR postgraduate qualification. Ian Collins. Ian is the head of emergency planning for Southampton County Council and Portsmouth County Council. Consider the last 2 years, first Brexit, then COVID, and then both at once. And Ian has been responsible for the whole local response to both. and yet he's still been able to practice his apprenticeship in the midst of a temporary mortuaries and a lorry parks, getting excellent grades in his MBA and complete his endpoint assessment with distinction, all while maintaining his sense of humour and concern of the well-being of his colleagues. Amanda Skirt, Nursing Associate in Paediatric Hospital Environment, has been back to speak to our students on the professional development and has a place to move on to Paediatrics Registered Nursing degree. Working in the Paediatrics Department at University Hospital Southampton, where she was nominated for an award last year, such a strong student, engaged, hard-working, professional and developed a real intellectual curiosity on the course. Due to start her paediatric nurse training up at University Hospital Southampton in September. Alyssa Langdown, Nursing Associate in Primary Care, has been featured in professional journals and will be supporting in practice one of the March 2021 TNA intakes. Molly Borden, Nursing Associate in Adult Hospital Environment, planning to move on to her nursing degree, has been back to speak to our students on the professional development. Molly, again, is a very strong student, went up in London with Sharon Gomez to present the National Apprenticeship role at government level, meeting Connor Singleton. Connor has progressed onto occupational therapy degree apprenticeship and gained a distinction in his EPA, an exceptional student from Portsmouth who is now doing his OP degree. All the nominations were of high standards, and we're really proud to have these wonderful apprentices and all our apprentices that have finished their qualification in Solent as part of our alumni community. I'm pleased to announce that the winner is Alyssa Langdown, Level 5 Trainee Nursing Associate, University Hospital Southampton NHS Foundation Trust, for her impact on promoting the nursing associate role and giving back to the next group of nursing associates. Congratulations and well done.
When I studied with Solent University, I really didn't expect to have the doors open for me and the opportunities that I have had. Studying at Solent was only a train ride away, just an hour, and it's such an inspirational place to do my studying. It has really helped my role within my GP surgery. I've been able to expand, I'm doing my diabetes training, and I've also become the infection control lead. I've also become a nursing associate ambassador because I really want to help people that are doing the journey that I've done. I never expected to be at my age, especially to study and at university, and the apprenticeship really did allow me to do this. And it being such an inspirational place to be has helped and really helped me study and learn and pick up the enjoyment of that and want to continue on. My local trust and my doctor's surgery where I work have been so supportive, along with all the lecturers and my peers as well. It really was a wonderful experience, and I just thank everybody so much.
Hello, I'm Professor Karen Hurd-Laureate. I'm Head of Learning and Teaching here at Solent University, and I'm honoured to be presenting the National Apprenticeships Week 2021 Solent Awards nomination in the category of Solent University Apprentice Course Team of the Year, nominated by the apprentices. The nominations for apprenticeship programme teams are the Nursing Associate Apprenticeship Programme Team, the Adult Nursing Apprenticeship Programme Team, the HR Consultant Partner Apprenticeship Programme Team, the Senior Leaders Master's Degree Apprenticeship Programme Team, the Chartered Manager Degree Apprenticeship Programme Team, and the Operations Departmental Manager Apprenticeship Programme Team. All of these course teams were nominated by the apprentices who see the hard work and care given by the academics on their apprenticeship journey. So congratulations to you all for being nominated. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner, or should I say the joint winners, are the Adult Nursing Apprenticeship Programme Team and the Nursing Associate Apprenticeship Programme Team, who were nominated by their students. And I'm just going to let you know the things that they were particularly nominated for. So the Nursing Associate Apprenticeship Programme team were nominated for their relentless work, their incredible support for remote learning during COVID, their welcoming start to the year, accommodating students and their individual needs, supporting them to make the coursework for them as adaptable as possible, and to achieve the best student outcomes. They were also nominated for their constructive feedback, helpful guidance and advice on essays and work in class, for allowing each student to share views and opinions in class, always offering one-to-one tuition to suit students' work schedules. And as one student said, all the staff are friendly, kind and professional in their approach to teaching and encouraging learning. The team are also excellent listeners, very supportive and understanding. I know a lot of the students feel if it was not for the course team, they would not have made it this far. The Adult Nursing Apprenticeship Programme team were nominated for advocating strongly on behalf of students and going above and beyond in cases to provide support for students on the course in what have been exceptionally challenging times. To quote one student, over the last year, the team have had to adapt tremendously in order to best support us as nursing students. The team have worked tirelessly, developing the course to give us the best education we can get. On top of the course material, they have also had to look at how to best support us on clinical placement, with many student nurses placed on COVID-19 wards. The team have kept us up to date on the latest NMC guidance, how to get support if we fall ill with COVID, as well as extra tutorial sessions to help us with assignments and support our mental health while working through and studying during the pandemic. As this student continues, I think many of us would not be where we are if it wasn't for the adult nursing team. We appreciate them immensely. I hope you will agree those are fantastic endorsements of the work that you're doing. So I'm delighted to congratulate the Nursing Associate Apprenticeship Programme team and the Adult Nursing Apprenticeship Programme team for their much deserved joint win. Together, they have received many nominations from their apprentices for their support and dedication in such challenging times. Congratulations.
Hello, we're the adult nursing team at Solent University. We want to say a huge thank you to our wonderful apprentices who have nominated us for this award. We love supporting our apprenticeship students, so having the recognition for that is lovely.
So whilst teaching on the apprenticeships, I've really enjoyed working with such a diverse range of students. So it's really lovely to see the amount of diversity and the people from different backgrounds that we've been able to introduce into higher education through apprenticeships and through the apprenticeship route. It's been really lovely. And alongside that, it's also been great working with the practice partners to create this tripartite view of nurse education.
I completely agree, Mary. Solent is a wider participation university, and this has brought a massive diversity of students and people that otherwise probably wouldn't have been able to come to the university. And they've been an absolute and utter pleasure to teach. They always come along with so much kindness, and they come along with so much support for all the other students. They bring a lot of wealth of information with them because of their past experiences and their work that they come in as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The diversity is fantastic, and it really adds to the wealth of experience that we all have and teaching. It's been a really, really difficult year, couple of years, to be honest, due to COVID, with our nursing students being out on COVID wards in their home bases and being out in their placements, and obviously suffered tragedies personally and professionally, but the fact that they've coped with it so well, and we've almost bonded together as a team and students to kind of get each other through it, because it's been hard on all of us, and we're coming out the other side, which is great. We've got a long way to go, but we're there to support each other, really, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, even I agree with that, like how we were able to offer a wide range of support activities to meet the diverse needs of the student, and how they came out of this pandemic together to reach as a fully fledged nurse. So I really feel proud to be part of the team to support them in this journey.
I mean, it's been a great privilege just journeying so far with the apprentices, seeing them as they come with their apprentice experience into the lecture theatre. You know, it's a different way of learning and knowing, but also seeing them huddle up together, supporting each other through this difficult time, and also taking that back to practice the things that they are sharing within lectures. Very, very, very great privilege to be part of that experience. So, you know, thank you for the nomination, and thank you so much, for the great work that you are doing. And we are just happy to be joining with you. James?
Thank you. So from all of us, thank you so much for this nomination. It's been an absolute privilege to work with all of the apprentices that have come through our university and to work with the practice partners and their employers throughout the whole of Hampshire and Dorset. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're absolutely thrilled to have been nominated for this award as an Apprenticeship Team of the Year. And I'm going to hand over to the team now to talk to you about how we have taught and supported our students in the last 12 months through difficult times.
Hi, I'm Stacey Hutchins. I'm one of the senior lecturers on the programme. We welcomed our level 4 students to the programme in March, and we were lucky enough to have them in face-to-face for their 2-day induction. Promptly after that, I think within a week, we went into national lockdown. So the first module, which I was the lead on, had to be moved from face-to-face to online learning. As you can imagine, that brought about lots of challenges, not just for us as a team, but also for our students. So it was really important to be able to offer the students a navigate to try and ensure that their learning online was as effective as it would be face-to-face. We were able to offer live lectures, and I did a mixture of formative assessments and activities for the students online.
I'm Gemma Burley. I'm one of the lecturers on the programme. One of the things that we found with our apprenticeship students is, as they are healthcare workers on the front line, the support that we have offered to them over this period has been kind of vitally important, not just because of their academic side, but also because they are working on the front line during this whole pandemic. We implemented a few things to help support them really right off the bat. So in the module Stacey has discussed, we introduced kind of clinical supervision sessions for the students to appear in and just talk about some of the things that they were experiencing within their workplace and kind of a safe space for them to discuss. This is something that we've continued in various forms throughout the modules, whether it be academic assessor support or peer support with the students.
Hi, I'm Claire Higginson. I'm one of the lecturers on the programme as well. One of the areas that I've been concentrating on since we went into the pandemic and went into lockdown was developing some of the practical skills that our students still required to have. It wasn't just about the theoretical teaching that we let our students and give them support with, but also we need to think about their clinical skills. So we've been really lucky in that the practice educators out in the trusts have supported us with this, and we've had to find some innovative ways of providing this teaching to our students.
Hi, I'm Wendy McCracken, and I'm one of the lecturers on the course also. I'm also known as Virtual Wendy to the team, because rather like our students, I too have been completely virtual since March. As part of the skills that I have, I was actually at the Nightingale earlier in the year during the first lockdown. So I can bring to the team and with the team some of the skills that we taught up at the Nightingale. And I can honestly say from my perspective that the support that the students got was tremendously alike what we gave to the team at the Nightingale.
Hello, I'm Lisa Wright, and I'm also a lecturer on the team. I lead on the Level 5 Professional Development Days. Normally, in those days, we look at various kind of aspects of professional development, like the duty of candour and recording information, etc. But soon after national lockdown, the Level 4 and Level 5 Professional Development Days, we decided to focus on working in a crisis, and we focused specifically on how healthcare practitioners work in crisis situations, so how they deal with pandemics, earthquakes, these kinds of major crises and disasters. It was a fantastic day with lots and lots of different activities and learning sessions. And my colleague, Wendy, who you've just met, also talked about her experiences of working at the Nightingale.
I'm Anne Gorecki, a senior lecturer on the team. So through all the challenges, the apprentices have shown resilience, and as a team, we're absolutely honoured to have been able to support them in their learning journey in what's been an extraordinary year. We're really pleased that recruitment for the next cohort of apprentices is robust and buoyant, and we're working very closely with our employers to start the journey and support the new set of apprentices starting in March.
I think what's really important to remember is, whilst we're really happy to be the front-facing team and to receive this nomination, supporting an apprentice doesn't happen with just this group of 6 or 7 people. And I really want to thank the wider university team who've also responded and supported us this year. So somebody mentioned Transformation Academy and the work of the Solent Learning and Teaching Institute to help us to develop our online teaching skills, admissions, the apprenticeship team supporting recruitment, a student registry who've been there to support us with regulations, and the quality team when we've needed to change assessment to make it more appropriate in this time of crisis. The library and the learning technology team support our students all the time, and I particularly want to say thank you to the Student Hub and to the Student Wellbeing team, who we know have continued to provide a great service to support our students this year. But finally, to support an apprenticeship can't be done without the employer. And I think, as Claire said, our practice partners have been tremendous in giving us support through these very challenging clinical times. So it's been a tough year, but we've made it, and we're really proud.
My name's Caroline Barford. I'm Head of Student Experience at Solent University, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here to announce the winner of the Solent Apprentice Employer of the Year as nominated by apprentices. So the apprenticeship employers nominated by their apprentices were the Solent NHS Trust, University Hospitals Southampton NHS Trust, and Hampshire County Council. I'm going to read out the nominations and what was actually said about each of those different employers, so you can capture the spirit that this was involved from the apprentices. So the Solent NHS Trust. I'd like to nominate Solent NHS Trust for the Apprenticeship Employer of the Year. Our dedicated team for apprenticeships go above and beyond to support and ensure the whole trust knows of individual successes and the benefits of apprentices. They're extremely knowledgeable and so supportive at every stage. Having an employer that supports apprentices makes it a lot more enjoyable, and you feel supported and looked after. There are a number of apprentices within our trust, but the team really make you feel like you're valued and encouraged to succeed. That was one nomination. Another nomination for the Solent NHS Trust said, my employer has gone over and above in supporting with my studies, including health and mental well-being, such as having one day every week for any learning activities within the organisation and other partner organisations, which has eased anxieties around how I managed to reach the expected 100 hours of off-the-job activities. I'd like to nominate, this is another referral, I'd like to nominate Kirsty Rogers, Community Matron for Solent NHS. She supported all the apprentices within the community nursing team, despite teams or grades. She's always willing to attend meetings, support individuals emotionally and mentally, cares about their well-being, and is always approachable. Kirsty advocates the apprenticeship pathway and is often scouting for individuals who she sees has the motivation and eagerness to achieve. I've nominated Kirsty because she gets no recognition for the role she plays in supporting the apprentices, often not seeing how valued she is herself. The next nominated organisation is the University Hospitals Southampton NHS Trust. Ali Barrett at Lower Brambles RSH. Ali made me feel confident in myself and supported me all the way through my placement at Lower Brambles. She made time to provide me with experience and enhance my clinical knowledge. As this was my first experience working in a ward, I enjoyed working at Lower Brambles. I appreciate all the support she gave, and anyone completing their placement in this ward will be fortunate to have Ali as their assessor. And finally, Hampshire County Council. I'd like to nominate Hampshire County Council for Employer of the Year. On my course alone, there are 2 people from Hampshire County Council schools and 3 of us from corporate departments. The organisation is fully supportive of apprenticeships and regularly holds events pre-COVID and advertises apprenticeship opportunities to its staff. I can only talk for myself, but I've been supported by my manager during the course and had a change in role to support completion of my work-based project. HCC holds its own Apprenticeship Awards, where it recognises successes and shares good news stories on its internal publications and internet site, as well as externally. So 3 fabulous, fabulous nominations. So well done to all of you. But the winner is Solent NHS Trust for their dedication to their apprentices and support of their health and well-being. We had many positive accounts of support for all employers, reflecting the value the apprentices see in your sponsorship and encouragement.
To be nominated as Employer of the Year is a great privilege and fantastic news. We're really exciting and an amazing achievement by all the apprenticeship team at Solent NHS Trust. Here at Solent NHS Trust, we are about providing quality apprenticeships, and we couldn't do that without Solent Uni and their flexibility and their fantastic teaching.
It's great to see so many apprentices progress through their programmes, and as a team it's really rewarding to see them achieve their ambitions.
We provide support right the way through from career conversations right the way through to the end of their apprenticeship, and during that time we liaise not only with the apprentices but also providing support to the managers and their teams, and we liaise very closely with the tutors at the university. We provide one-to-one and group support for all of our clinical apprentices.
And I really love working in such a forward-thinking and supportive team of people who are all working to give our staff in Solent NHS Trust their best possible opportunity to progress their careers.
As an apprentice myself in Solent NHS Trust, I have gained so much support and knowledge to be able to achieve my apprenticeship. I would recommend an apprenticeship to anyone.
I'd like to say thank you to our employees for nominating Solent NHS Trust for Employer of the Year. We are really pleased and it's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susan Patrick and I'm the Head of Apprenticeships for Solent University. It's my pleasure to announce our final award, which is the Solent Outstanding Apprentice of the Year. The nominees for this award were taken from all the nominations we received for our current apprentices to select the most outstanding apprentice studying at Solent University. The panel read these nominations and agreed that the award for the Solent Outstanding Apprentice of the Year 2021 goes to Annabelle Nash. Annabelle works at DTSL and has had tremendous success on her Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship and demonstrated significant academic, personal and professional development, and in the background of some real personal challenges. Congratulations, Annabelle, on your award.
I chose the Project Management Apprenticeship as I'm really interested in this subject. I wanted to do a professional qualification that had transferable skills, and that's exactly what I'm getting with this course. I wanted to also have the experience of learning on the job alongside my academic training. I've also enjoyed the support from Solent. I couldn't ask for them to be any more helpful than they have been. They ask any questions I have about any assignments or presentations, and they're just always there. My apprenticeship has helped me develop in so many ways. I'm so much more confident now as a person, and I've gained so much more new knowledge around my subject area. Professionally, I've been able to understand the wider picture of project management, which in turn has helped to progress my career. I now am more confident with talking to new people, especially over the phone, and when giving presentations. My apprenticeship has given me so many new skills and so much new knowledge that I've been able to take into the workplace. And through this, I've been successful in being promoted early in my career, which is absolutely amazing. And I couldn't have done any of this work without the support from my employer and all the people that I work with.
I'd like to thank you for joining us for our awards presentation. Congrats again to all our nominees and winners, to the apprentices themselves, and to the course teams and the employers that support them on that journey. Our next virtual open day is on the 24th of February. If you'd like to join us to hear more about any of our programmes and to talk to our employers and apprentices, and we can always be contacted on apprenticeships@solent.ac.uk. Thank you again, and goodbye.